Hello, my Maple Leaf fans. I'm going to take you now live to the pregame conference for the Leafs playing the Buffalo Sabres tonight at 7 o'clock. I'm now going to take you live to the pregame media availability conference. Enjoy this.
The summer, like I just wonder, like at this age, you refine kind of how you go about your skating stride. Is it just about maybe getting a bit stronger? Like how do you improving in that area?
Yeah, I think you just got to be. A lot of my growth is done. I think obviously, physically and as a player, and what my strengths are, and how I impact the game, and how I'm effective out there. But I think you can always continue to refine things. Just through certain principles that are a little bit different, and once you work on them, they become instinctive and habitual, and it's not something you want to be thinking about while you're out there. So I think just being really deliberate, and just really intentional about what you're trying to do and what you're trying to focus on, and when you do those things with the right attitude, the right energy, right focus, and belief in it, I think things will translate. Sometimes things take more time. Sometimes things kind of connect and adapt right away. But I'm always trying to continue to play at a high level and find ways to be better. And skating something that probably hasn't always come the most natural to me, something I've worked on for a long time. And last summer was something that I started a little new and different than what I've done in the past. So, you correlate those things with what you do off the ice as well, so you can see those things translate. So, something I feel good about and want to continue to work on and get better at.
John, what's the key to continuing to have success when you're missing a couple of key guys in the back end?
I think we learned a lot last year when we had a lot of guys, especially on the back end as well, miss time early in the season, and I think it's just playing a really good, strong team game. Everyone supporting one another. 5-man unit. 6-man unit, including our netminder. So just the importance of the team game and the structure within that, and allowing them to, build confidence, feel connected throughout the group, and the game just comes just that much easier that way when we're all, playing at a high level and playing connected.
A lot of actually the last couple of weeks, but what was done or not done in response to the play on the road you're in? What's your take?
Yeah, I think like any parts of the game, there's always things that we got to be better at. So no doubt that we got a tight group in here. We talk about having a strong brotherhood, and instances like that, things that happen within the game, how we have to stick together, and the way we need to go out there and compete and play, and the nature of certain things that happen within the game. So no doubt, we discuss all areas that we want to be better in, and that situation as well.
Can you help for Susie? Is it a comfort thing, or just continue to find his way at a consistent level?
Yeah, I think just continuing to emphasize his strengths and how he can impact the game. And he's played in the league a while now and has had success. So I not to forget that. So for him to just kind of keep sticking with it, get familiarity and comfort amongst the team, and how he can continue to impact the game. So. I think just continue to be positive and remind him of what makes him a successful player, and why he's such an asset for us.
You have to take the timing of any retribution into respect. Like at the time of the game in Boston, you guys were behind. You take a silly retaliation penalty, fall further behind. Does that work into it a lot?
I mean, there's a lot of variables that play into everything in the game. Being disciplined is one. Playing physical, standing our ground, sticking together is one as well. So it's all those things that you balance, especially in the heat of the moment. And how emotional the game to be. Understanding timing of when to ignore certain things and just continue to focus on playing well and competing. But we talk about that it's very important how we stick together, and it's a brotherhood, and what happens to one happens to all. So we understand where we got to continue to be better and address those things when need be. Thank you.
What went wrong on Thursday in Boston?
Just wasn't good enough. It's got to be better.
What's the biggest challenge you're facing early in the season adapting to a new team?
Just personally, I just got to be better. No excuses.
Sheldon mentioned he wants you to simplify your game. What does that look like? Where can you simplify your game?
Everywhere. Make simple plays. Be hard in the puck.
He's got you back with John there. What does that mean to you? That he knocks you down that last game, but he puts you right back on that line.
Yeah, it's another opportunity to prove myself. Just be better.
John
Yeah.
John Klimber was saying that after the game the other night, the group addressed the response to Brad's hit on Timothy. How did that conversation start?
Yeah, we addressed it as a team. We're going to keep it as a team.
Gentlemen, what's the update on Timothy?
Well, he's on LTI, so obviously he's going to miss significant time. He's got a high ankle sprain, so it's going to be,
What's the key to continuing to have success when you've got a couple of key players out of the back end?
play better. Play better as a team, play harder as a team, play tighter as a team. We went through this exact thing last season, and it actually ended up kind of galvanizing our group and having an unbelievable November. So might as well do the same thing.
What do you know about Max Lajoie and what he might be able to help?
He moves pucks well. He's played in the league before. He and Lagesson have been spending time together with the Marlies, spent a lot of time together through camp. With he and Lagesson, both the guys that have played in the league before, so that's positive. And Lagesson has done a really good job for us coming in. Expect the same for Lajoie.
Well, there's lots of talk about physicality and toughness in the offseason. What did you make of the lack of physical response in the moment of Timothy? Might have been hard to see in the moment, but in terms of the response.
Yeah, I hated everything about it. I've addressed it.
What didn't you like about it?
Well, just the response. In the moment, some guys maybe you don't quite know exactly what's transpired, and sometimes it's hard to compute. But I don't know. And it's a game day here. We're preparing for Buffalo. I'm not going to get into it too much, but it's not what we want to be about. At times, we've responded very well in those situations in the past. It's about consistency, though. So we've addressed it.
How did that conversation start? Was that you? Was it player driven?
But both players, myself, we talked about it in the intermission. Addressed it more since it's an off day yesterday, but we spent a good portion of the morning on it today.
How does Bertuzzi become the guy that you thought you guys were starting in the summer, Sheldon, to get on the right side of it?
Bert's been doing a lot of good things. The other night, a lot of the different circumstances going on in the game, I'm not very happy with our team, at that point in time, and he just happened to make the wrong mistake at the wrong time, and he was the guy, for that night. But to me, especially on the road trip, Bert was really starting to come, and in response in that third period, I thought he had a couple of really good shifts, and showed what we need from him in terms of moving his feet and being engaged and all those kind of things. But Bert's a very important player for us, and will be a very important player for us, and will come through. The harder this thing gets, the better Bert's going to be.
Ryan Reeves was saying it was too bad you guys didn't have last change, because if he could have gotten out there with Marchand, maybe something different would have happened. What's the balance for you trying to let him do his thing with at the same time running the bench in a close game?
Yeah, to me, it's less about that. Brad Marchand doesn't care about Ryan Reeves or anybody else in the league. That's well established. It's more about the team response. There's a lot of other players that are wearing Bruins colors that we can make life harder on them, and it's more just about an uplifting of our team. Now, we came back in the hockey game, so that's a response in itself. That's Matthews and Marner. That's how they respond. They change the game for us, and I love that we have that ability. We've shown that over and over again. We showed that in the playoffs last year on the road in Tampa. You know, we got slapped around a little bit, come back. Matthew scores 2 goals. We come back in the game. We win the game. We win the series. So we've shown these things over time that we can respond in different ways, but that's part of the game that we have to fully embrace. And we've done it at times. The last number of seasons, we've done it at times, and we've shown these things to our guys. We've talked about it, but it's about consistency. And you know, there's a lot of areas in our game where we're lacking consistency. Some nights we're great at it, other nights we're not. But we want to be the team that wants to accomplish great things. You got to find consistency.
Buffalo played last night. You got to watch it. It's a matter of applying that tonight with the advantage of them playing the night before.
Yeah, we've had a lot to talk about ourselves this morning. We've been just focusing on ourselves. Behind the scenes, we're preparing for Buffalo, and we'll get into them tonight. But this morning was 100% about our team and how we can be better. I expect that we will be tonight, but Buffalo presents its challenges. It seems to always get their best game. They can score as good or better than anybody in the league. So, you know, that's a challenge for us, but it's really about our team tonight.
I will have highlights for you at midnight after tonight's game. Don't forget tomorrow is Raptors versus San Antonio. I'll have that game for you at midnight also after the game. So stay tuned for that. All right, this is Jonnywatts reporting for Jonnywatts Sports Desk. Have a good one. Talk to you later tonight. Bye bye.